discussion is focused on how deaf children make that transition from learning to read to reading to learn. When I asked all of my participants when they thought it happened, how it happened, what age, nobody knew exactly when or how it happened. They all mentioned that it was like magic. One day they didn't get it, the next day they were fully engaged and understood everything. I remember interviewing one deaf mother. She said that looking back when she was growing up, she was never interested in reading. She was never fully engaged at all. She grew up in a deaf family and her father was giving her books and articles to read and she was never interested at all. She said then it was like magic. One day she woke up and all of a sudden everything made sense and it all clicked. She became much more motivated and eager to read than she was previously. The first part of learning to read is recognizing letters and words and seeing them on a page, and hearing children can make the correlation between hearing the different sounds and seeing the different letters on the page and make that connection. But what about deaf children? How do they make that connection? They use a more visual form of the language with finger spelling and signing to make that connection between the page and the visual form of the language. Once they are more comfortable and able to recognize those different patterns on the page, it will aid in the process of learning to read and help them make that transition to reading to learn, to understand the different concepts. Once children are more comfortable with their reading abilities and skills, they become more independent readers. Several of the participants noted that it was very difficult for them to be able to read something on a page and then put it into sign language first. The whole process of reading was a serious struggle for most of them. This suggests that there needs to be a different approach to teaching deaf children how to read. We can use finger spelling, motions, body language, and facial expressions to aid in that process of learning to read.